DC's #1 recording studio. Listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio. All right, welcome to the Swerve Show. Can you see us? We're up there, Tony.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What's up, folks?
Merry Christmas, folks. Yo, move in. Racing, you and Tony need to get closer together.
Yes, baby. We gotta
Thank you.
There somehow. Is there a Republican?
All right.
My movement is limited. My back is out.
All right. Can we squeeze them a little bit more?
More lights.
Y'all need to move closer to
We are
Racing.
closer.
They just need to widen. Okay, welcome, y'all.
Get a wider lens.
Merry Christmas, first of all.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays.
We've got a full house. Welcome to the Swerve Show. Myself, publisher of Swerve Magazine, Jamil Fletcher. And then we've got Your Day Noir, our
What's
editor at
up?
large.
What's up?
All right, wave. And we got Tony Nelson. Tony's not feeling well today.
I threw my back out.
Oh, no.
What were you doing to throw your back
There's a
out?
story
Tony?
there.
Nothing
Oh, my-
exciting.
Is this mic on? I can't
Just
barely
getting
hear
old.
it. Testing. Okay.
I'm on mic 5. Check 1.
Maybe we need to turn it up a bit. Okay.
Yes, could I get a little more volume?
All right. So, y'all, Merry
more volume.
Christmas. The
Fine.
holidays were wonderful. This is my brother here,
Hi, brother.
Anthony
Hi,
or Tony
salutations.
Fletcher. He is the graphics person. He coordinates all the graphics for Swerve. And he's why we look so good, even though we're so small. Anyway, I want to say Merry Christmas, everyone. How were your holidays?
It was mine was relaxing. I did absolutely nothing.
Eat and sleep and watch basketball games?
No, didn't watch basketball.
Hi,
But
everyone.
I
Thanks
did
for
watch.
playing.
I did watch Netflix.
Okay.
What you
And,
watch?
Baby, the Quincy Jones.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Was that good?
Amazing. And for those
What
who
was
have
it?
not,
The documentary.
Quincy Jones documentary on Netflix is amazing.
Oh, I've seen
And
it.
I
I've seen it.
watched Blind
Joseph.
Box.
I watched that today.
I never
before
seen that.
came.
Blind Box.
Bird Box.
Bird
Oh,
Box.
Bird Box.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Amazing.
we need to watch Bird Box. Okay,
Oh, I
before
saw that. That was. I didn't,
Is that good?
Yeah,
Well, we're gonna get started.
I've heard
though.
mixed
It's an
reviews.
amazing metaphor.
yeah. It was. Alright.
It was okay.
It was better than what I
Speak to the mic.
thought.
was
A lot of people
okay.
trashed it. Some people raved it.
It was amazing.
Okay.
I
You
went in
watch
with
the
no
Nat King
expectations.
Cole
And I love
documentary.
it.
Oh, the Nat
on
King Cole
Netflix.
I
documentary.
watched that one. I did watch the Nina Simone
I did. I
one.
watched
All right,
that one.
Netflix needs to write us a check. So anyway, so we're gonna get started. Of course, our November-December issue is still hot on the stands. It's the last few weeks that it's gonna be current. Can we show that image real quick? That's the first image. Voila, with Terrell Carter. There we go. All right.
Yeah, look at the graphics.
And then yes, so see, my brother does great graphics work with that image. You know, he makes it. He turns this into $1 million publication.
I feel like I'm still cut off. And I'm trying to get
Okay, and so we have advertising opportunities within the magazine, of course, and on the show. Just contact myself, Jamil, at swervemagazine.com, and we can work with your budget, assuming you have a what?
A budget.
A budget.
You gotta
Budget.
have a budget.
Something with some zeros in it. Right, all right. All right, okay, and let's keep it moving. So, What's going on with everyone? With me, we just spent a great holiday
Oh yeah.
with the family. I had an image I posted
I
on
saw the
Facebook.
I saw it. Oh,
I saw the
Yeah, we
picture.
had
My nephews and great nephews and nieces.
nieces.
What's wrong, Jerry? What's wrong? Oh, okay. All right.
Sure, you all right?
You got to make sure you're okay. All right. All right. Well, Tony, what's going on with you? Anything particular?
just the same thing. I have
Fourth Sunday.
first and third Sunday at
that's right. Ziegfeld's.
Ziegfeld's. Though I will not be there on the Martin Luther King weekend. They're going to have a special.
Who's
guest.
doing it there? Is Racine filling in?
No, Racine is not filling in.
No, I can't. I'm booked.
She's booked.
All right, Kelly Price.
But for the right fee, you might be unbooked.
Harmonica
I'm
Sunday
booked.
will be in town
Okay.
that weekend, and so I got unbooked. No, I'm just kidding.
We love you more than we love. I love
We love
Harmonica
Harmonica
Sunday.
Sunday.
I
We love
do.
her. No, she'll be in town.
That's your show.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. But she'll be in town, and we'll be there to support. But I'll be back on the first Sunday, and the third Sunday after that. And of course, we're still at the Lipstick Review every fourth Sunday at Mr. Henry's.
Mr. Henry's.
All right.
So Ziegfeld and Mr. Henry's are Tony's venues
They're
for
my
y'all.
venues while I'm
Signature venue
while
for
I'm
DC.
still on this run. But I'm thinking about yeah.
You ain't going nowhere.
I'm getting a little. I'm getting.
Why
It's
you-
been
why
a
you-
little trying.
You've established you've got venues that
yeah.
are yours now.
Indeed.
Wow.
Don't give it up.
Nowadays.
You have a regular rotation.
Would
Yes.
you do a Johnny Carson and bring in special hosts?
Yes, that's a good idea.
Anyway, so Racine, what you got going on? I got one slide with you for
You do,
January
and Najari, could you give me a little more volume?
January
Thank
2nd.
you.
There you go.
I'm
come
doing
on, Donna.
something Wednesday, January the 2nd. We're doing an on live special show with the Ask Racine show, and our special guest will be WSA 9, who just won Best Local TV Personality by the Best of Gay DC, Larry Miller, and also the incredible Andromeda Peters, who is Miss United States 2018, will be our special guest. And we have a few more surprises, some celebrities that will be dropping in, along with recording artists that will be dropping in on that day. So it's just an
That's
hour.
a lot for
It's an hour.
5 to 6.
Yeah, it's an hour packed. It's an hour packed, but we have a lot going on, and we also have a open reception early that evening.
Oh,
too.
so this is live. This is just not okay.
It's live on Facebook at
Oh, okay.
HRC, but we also have a HRC reception for the HRC staff. Just inviting them all down to meet.
Are we invited?
You were on the list. I don't think you made it. But it's a wonderful, just an hour reception.
the cut.
You didn't make the cut. But to everyone, Wendy, Dion, Joseph, everyone on Facebook Live, please like and share.
Okay, I see Keith Robinson is watching this. All right, y'all. So my brother, he's a guest, but he's really, he's an intimate
family.
part of the Swerve family, obviously.
He makes us look pretty.
And he's a phenomenal artist. So
He is
I have
a
some
phenomenal
imageries from some of your work, Tony. We're going to show
Great.
quickly here. That's a tribute he did to my father.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So
Yeah, that's called Father of Civilization.
Wow.
it's a
Beautiful.
larger piece, and then this is a piece he did
Oh, I love that.
in tribute to Michael
Michael
Jordan.
I thought it was
Yeah,
Michael Jordan.
It's
Wow.
called Championship Tears.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
That's the image of Michael's father in the
in
teardrop.
the teardrops, and that's oil on canvas,
Yeah,
right?
on canvas.
And I think we got a couple more images. What do we have?
Yeah, this was a landscape. I think I named this the Sweet One.
And that's got like the Panamanian influence,
Yeah.
the gold seal in it.
That's
It's
beautiful.
oil on canvas with gold leaf outlining the icons in the sky.
All right, and what
Oh,
else we
wow.
got? I think we got another one. Oh, right.
Oh yeah.
Now there's a story behind this. This was supposed to be the second album cover, or the album cover for the second album by Diggable Planets, right?
Yeah. This
Right,
was
yeah.
commissioned for Diggable Planets. The concept was blowout comb, and I did the sketch, and the art director loved it, but they kept delaying, and they wanted changes, and they had other artists doing things too, and I got paid a kill fee. All right.
But that's a great image. Actually, I got to
Yeah,
get
and
a
they
print of
ended
that.
up they ended up using a
Afro comb.
They had to get it done.
They use an Afro comb.
So then graphics just did a Afro pick, and it just put picks on, reversed it. And
an Afro
popped it
pick,
and,
or
you know.
that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I like your spirit of John Coltrane.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that was a
Oh,
cover I
I'd
did
love to
for
see that.
Sunny Fortune.
That
yeah.
that
It was
is
a CD cover.
powerful.
Go to
That's amazing.
TonyWorld.com.
TonyWorld.strikingly.
Oh, well, we'll post that. We'll post it.
Yeah.
We'll post it. And you're all on
Type it
Facebook.
in. You can actually
You're all,
type it
yeah,
in.
type it in actually, and
post
you're all
it.
on Facebook. Well, anyway, Tony's going to join us the whole show, and we're going to talk a lot about what he's done with Swerve as well. So let's keep it moving. We got some quick news items to go to. So. 2 U.S. airmen are suing the Pentagon. And they're suing James Madison directly because they say they were discharged because they identified themselves as HIV positive. So, y'all, what are we thinking? The military, we've got beyond don't ask, don't tell, and now we got to deal with if you're positive, they're going to give you a. So there's a big case going on. It's just been launched. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's stupid.
Well, clearly, right?
Yeah, right.
Clearly.
It's
It's
ridiculous.
stupid.
Clearly.
And because we have a stupid president is why we have stupid stuff.
But they're suing James Mattis.
Mattis.
They're suing him by name.
Whoever you need to sue, because this is stupid.
The Servicemen Legal Defense Network and Lambda Legal or have
Lambda
launched
Legal.
a suit.
And they're going to win.
They
Have launched
are.
a suit. So we'll be paying
It's
attention to
But,
discrimination.
that.
but I don't understand what is the. I mean, they're being discharged for being HIV positive.
They just
On
got.
what
They just,
basis?
that wasn't what they discharged them for. They just gave them dishonorable discharges out of the blue because once their status. So who knows what's really going on?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
this is an interesting piece around criminalizing HIV, which is an issue that's going on around the country. So you're penalizing people that are positive when we're trying to get people to test and get into treatment and care.
Which is counterproductive because in the HIV prevention education arena, we have worked for years to destigmatize
Exactly.
HIV. And then to turn around and do this, again, this is stupid. And because we have a stupid administration, we have stupid things happening, like a shutdown.
Well, let's not even go there. Let's not even go there.
just-
We can
I'm
talk
just-
about that all the time. And we're in day 3? It's interesting.
5.
Day 5 because
Day 5,
interesting.
yeah.
I was at the gym like I always am, and I was talking to some people. We have a lot of government workers, of course, in the district or subcontractors. And at least 5 people mentioned, "Oh, yeah, what's going on? I'm off because I'm being furloughed, or
Right.
I'm not working." I'm like, it's already starting to penetrate.
Well, it's going to penetrate.
Oh, it's going to snatch.
And,
It's not going to penetrate. It's going to snatch.
When the paycheck doesn't
Baby,
get there.
wait.
Well,
Wait till January.
everything like I think DOD is still open because I know people who work for DOD.
Yeah.
They're still open, but they're being furloughed. And I was speaking to someone in HR and DOD, and they were saying that when they come back, it doesn't look like they're going to get back pay.
Oh, they won't get- they won't get retroactive-
They're not gonna get back pay?
They got back pay the last time because Obama was
Right.
but it's totally up to.
Well, I thought the Democrats would probably.
But
launch
like
that bill.
I guess what I'm trying to say is it's not
It's
it's not
discretionary.
guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. So
And some of those people
you-
they have to go to
Yeah,
work
because
because
they're essential employees.
essential employees, right?
Right. So it's not guaranteed. It's up to the president has to sign off on that.
Well,
This is-
I know that Eleanor Holmes just tweeted out the other day, actually, that the district has allotted a certain amount of money in case of the shutdown that will go into part of 2019. So they were saying some of the district employees are covered under that. And that's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because here we are, if anyone is unable to work, it affects their livelihood.
Sure.
I think what bothers me the most about any of this stuff is that people who make these decisions are never affected. I think
Yeah.
that's the problem that bothers
Well,
me.
they're still getting paid.
They're still getting paid. Like when
Well, they don't need to get paid.
right.
Right, well, yeah, pretty much that.
If the whole government's going to shut down, stop their checks too. Everybody's checks.
How about we stop their
Here's the
stop
thing.
benefits?
Here's the thing.
And that's really when we start talking about universal health care and
Let's
how
stop
you
benefits,
continue to
right.
get health care even for the rest of your I can't.
But here's the thing: you got a
Matters.
president who was proclaiming to be worth billions of dollars. He don't care. He don't need the money. He don't need a check.
He don't.
Right.
He don't need a check. So he can sit up there on his high horse talking about some building a wall.
He got deals with Russia.
Oh.
Yeah, his money is
Oh,
And
It's
it's
been
sad.
Russian money for a long time.
Allegedly, right?
Oh, allegedly, I'm sorry.
All right, so let's keep moving. Let's keep
Nah,
moving.
everybody in New York knows that's Russian money.
Oh yeah, of course.
They know him.
Child, he been playing with the Russians for years.
Right, we've all known
But
that.
he's
right?
not the only one, though.
He been buying their girls too.
New York is
for
full of
years.
them. New York is full of the businessmen who take Russian money.
Allegedly.
right.
Taking money from whoever they can get it from.
But,
okay,
but they're smart enough not to run for president.
Ha!
that's and win.
That's the difference.
That's what gets you. Don't win the presidential race.
Amazing.
All
He
right,
didn't expect to win.
that's right. So that's a whole nother show. So we got one other item which no one's talking about. Representative Karen Bass. She's a representative from California. She's been selected as the new chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. I've not seen this anywhere on the news.
Me either.
No one's talking
either.
about
Oh,
it.
hey.
Yeah, we all know her. So this is going to be interesting. She's very outspoken.
Hey, girl.
And congratulations to her.
Yeah, she's credible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Then another item we've got, the Madam C.J. Walker Mansion is being turned into a think
This
tank for women of color
is
entrepreneurs
amazing.
by the gentleman that owns the Shea
Moisture Company.
who owns Essence Magazine.
Yes.
As well. Yeah.
This right here is brilliant, and I applaud him.
Is he from Ghana? Where is he from?
He may be
I forgot where
African.
he's from. But all of this is brilliant. So he bought. He
Essence.
believes in women empowerment, which is amazing. He bought back Essence Magazine because he felt like it was started by blacks and needed to be owned by blacks.
Yeah, and actually Tony was good friends with the
So
John.
brainstorm behind
So
it.
he bought it back. Then he decided he went and bought the Madam C.J. Walker house because he felt like it needed to be preserved. Once he bought it, then they opened up where it's located. They opened up a new legislation which allows you to take historical sites and you could. It's I forgot. I think that you can make it for public events or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And so, which is now because it just opened up, he decided to now turn the Madam C.J. Walker House into a house of empowerment where he can hold workshops for women of color and teach them about entrepreneurship and help sponsor them and move them forward, which I think is brilliant. And he said,
Where is that located?
Chicago?
It's upstate New York.
Upstate New York.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to keep
So
our eye out on that.
this is absolutely amazing.
All right. So another item I wanted to bring up. So I just got wind of this. There's a GoFundMe campaign for our beloved Tommy Ross.
Yeah, that's been going on for a minute now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember y'all mentioned that, but I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
realize. So we got to post that. I'll get that
Yes.
information and post it. And Tommy was on our cover a
Yes,
couple years
she
ago.
was on our
I think
pageant.
we've got that image. Do we have another? There it
Yes,
is.
yes.
She looked fabulous
Yeah,
in that.
that
Oh, yeah, I
was
remember
our
that
tribute to the world of black pageantry.
Right.
And Tommy Ross, I have much respect for her.
I hope she's doing well.
She showed up and showed out on that shoot. And we crowned her the Queen of Queens.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to. We'll post that. I hope she's gonna get better.
Yeah.
And doing well.
She sent
So
me a
anyway.
lovely birthday
Really?
greeting. So it's
She's doing amazing.
Shout
yeah,
out to
it's
you,
like-
Tommy.
We love you, Tommy.
We'll be posting info to encourage
love
everyone
you.
to contribute to your GoFundMe page.
We're
Feel
sending you
better.
our prayers.
Absolutely.
Somebody said he's half Ghanaian.
All right. So what's hot? Pride Ski 2019.
Ooh, what's this?
Do we have that? And guess who's being honored?
Oh,
this year?
Jamil.
I am.
Oh, bless the Lord.
It's
Long overdue.
I'm saying.
And
President's
Harmonica
Week,
Sunbeam.
maybe I can catch up with Racine. Everybody's got awards, but everybody's got awards but us.
I earned mine.
Along with Gene
Oh,
Wimberly,
this
Harmonica Sunbeam, Kaz Mitchell from New York, and Bishop Dennis Meredith. So this is going to be great. You
Wow.
know, Ebony Pyramid does that event now. So
It's
we're going to look
wonderful.
for that.
Bless their heart.
Yes,
on
yes.
now.
Yeah, bless.
Right,
So amazing.
all right. So Dewan, shout out to you.
Bless-
And then we've
bless your
got
heart. Yes.
Marry Me a Little, which is a new play in New York. It's based on Stephen Sondheim.
And it's directed by Kemar.
It's one of my godchildren.
Really? You know them?
Yes,
Yeah, that's
I
my
love him.
godson.
Oh my God, y'all
Amazing.
didn't tell me.
out of Philadelphia.
Okay.
He's amazing.
Yes.
We love him.
Yes.
Talented director,
Dancer.
dancer, producer. He's a multi-talented. And
Really?
multi-talented.
Oh, yes.
He's amazing.
And this
young
goes on
man.
sale when?
Actually,
And
it
it's
starts
just-
my birthday.
It's just January 11th and 12th.
Oh, it's
So-
only 2 days.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and this is probably just the first run. So
Jesus.
keep an
He's
eye
a-
out on that.
He's
if you're near.
extremely talented. He has a lot of
Sounds
video,
like
dance
something.
Oh, we
videos.
got to do some stuff on
He's
him.
extremely talented. I can give him a call.
Amazing.
Let's
Please,
profile
please.
him.
Yeah,
Let's
we
do a
definitely-
Swerve profile.
Let's
That's
do a
one.
Swerve
That,
profile.
I'm proud to
good
say
for
that's one of my youngins. I love. Come on.
All right. Shout
he's
out
so
to
it. 50
Omar.
million babies.
Uh-huh.
And an incredible
Fertile.
activist as well.
Yes,
Really?
he is.
And phenomenal the things he's done in the LGBT community, especially around young
Right.
people, trans issues, and ballroom, and connecting it
Is
all.
he from D.C. or is he in New York?
Philadelphia.
Oh, he's from
and
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
connecting it all through arts.
That's amazing.
Arts and education. That young man he's doing amazing
He's fire.
things.
Okay,
Oh,
we're
he's
gonna have
on
to check him
fire.
out.
He's like a comet.
Teresa Beavis. Is it Beavis Jackson?
Teresa Beavers Jackson.
Beavis Jackson is
She
having her
is-
61st birthday
birthday.
party January 20th.
Yes,
at
at Club
Elevate.
Elevate.
All
She
right.
is, for those who don't know her, we call her the First Lady of DC.
She's an
when it
amazing
comes to the
Capricorn.
world,
Teresa, you need to send us a flyer.
when it comes to the world of pageantry, she is and drag in the black community. She is the First Lady. She is also the owner of the Black National Pageantry System, which me and Tony Nelson are both affiliated.
And
All
to
right.
everyone on Facebook, we appreciate you. Please like
We
and
do.
share.
Like
Please
and
like and
share.
Darren,
share.
Like and
Antonio,
share.
And a couple
Recap,
people,
Teresa,
Michael
the
Allen
wonderful
from North Carolina.
Will the socialite Will Steen gave me this beautiful Dinah Ross T-shirt that I'm wearing for
Yes.
Christmas.
All right,
And I
Will.
told him I would wear it as a wonderful Christmas gift.
I
He
love
had it
it.
commissioned.
I will.
There are only 4 made like this.
Uh-oh. Okay. Did we burn the other 3?
No, they were actually given to other divas.
Okay. Another slight to the rest of the cast. Okay. All right, y'all. So we're going to keep it moving. We're ahead of schedule. Believe that.
Ooh, shocking.
We've got a short musical spotlight. This is a song by Jeff Bradshaw, the jazz trombonist.
He's amazing.
All Time Love featuring Robert Clasper, Eric Roberson, and Tweet do the vocals. It's wonderful.
Cool.
Let's
Let's
kick
just
it.
We're going to keep talking for a second.
Keep talking
And
for
then
a
we-
second.
Yeah, I just want to say,
Oh, we gonna keep
I
talking
want to
for a
say
second?
I want to say hello to my biological nephew. He's a firefighter and EMT worker in Washington D.C. One of the first responders.
Really?
And he has just joined us, and I'm very, very proud of
We
him.
mean he's just joined you.
He just
just
joined us
joined
online,
live.
All right. All right.
and I practically raised him, and I'm
Is
very
that Shorty
proud of him.
Houston? Is that who that is?
His
No,
name
that's
is-
Darren
His
Green.
name is Christian Hilliard.
That's Shorty Houston Dupree out of
That's Shorty
out of
Houston.
the Norfolk, Virginia
And
area.
we send
He's a
salutations.
legend.
Hey, legends.
Yes,
We
he's
love
a
it.
legend too. Shorty, we see you.
Can I just say that during this time, these holiday times are very, very emotional
Hey,
and
Eric.
very, very troublesome for a lot of people. And I just want to say, for those who are going through, please reach out. Help is there. There's a 1-800-suicide hotline. Please remember to reach out if you're having any difficulties during this time. There are many other places that are open during the holidays, such as DC Center, Casa Ruby, Smile.
Or places
Ruby's
around the
House.
country. Remember, we got
Around-
national audience.
I wasn't finished, my beloved. I was getting to those. And I was also going to mention that they're also in each center, and they're 1-800 numbers around the country. So please remember to reach out in various cities where you live. Please look out for the LGBT centers. They are open. They are for you and about you, and you have a place to come.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, the music video, we're ready? Let's kick it. And make sure you turn our mics off. All right. Jeff Bradshaw, y'all. Okay.
Okay.
We're not
Right.
ready yet?
Can't believe I bumped into you again. Happy to see you, I can't pretend. I must admit, girl, you are looking fine. Won't you have a seat if you got some time? Yeah. Your sister told me you dumped that dude. Don't mind me, but I find that good news. And my mama keep telling me you're the one. I can't lie, I don't think she's wrong. Forget the
All right,
Yeah.
Jeff Bradshaw.
Can I say
All right, we
that
love Tweet. And
Tweet
Eric
is
Roberson.
one underrated
She
artist.
really is.
That lady
She's got a beautiful voice.
got a vocal, and she is absolutely beautiful to me. That thing is stunning.
Yeah,
And
that
shout
song
out-
was nice.
Eric Roberson, man, I love that guy.
He's the beast.
He's on tour. He's going to be in D.C., I know, in February, but he's traveling. He's got a tour going around the country. So I can't wait to see him live again. Anyway,
So the main artist in that song was Jeff Bradshaw?
he's a trombonist.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that
got
was
it.
his
I got it.
song,
So,
yeah.
okay, cool.
And go on YouTube and see them perform it live.
I enjoyed
kill it.
that.
Yeah. So anyway, folks, musical artists out there, if you've got a video, please send it to us. We'd love to include you in our musical spotlight. So just send it to us at Jamil at Swerve Magazine.
Send it.
Or find us on Facebook. All right, give us a shot. As long as it's good music,
Please let it be
right,
good.
Tony? Tony's got to
You know,
give it
I'm
a
a music-
thumbs up.
You know, I'm a music snob, so I'm
He
proud
will-
of that.
He is like, what's that? He will.
Tony's like, if he's listening to it, you know how Stevie Wonder stops nodding when he ain't interested no more. You know, Stevie does that, but when he ain't interested, he just stops.
Yeah.
That's how Tony is.
And actually, one of our guests just sung for Stevie Wonder. Blair.
He sure
just
did.
Sung for Stevie Wonder.
He was
he
on.
surely did.
He was
Oh,
on
from the
Face-
Blairisms.
Blairisms.
I
He
saw
was just
that
on the show.
at
Yeah.
a holiday event. Yeah,
I
we
was
saw
pleased.
that.
I didn't know he could sing.
Oh,
My
he is a beautiful
goodness, he could
Okay,
sing.
Michael Allen said replay. Okay, not today, but you can go on YouTube and find
Find it
Hey,
there.
Michael
Let's
Allen,
go. Yeah.
say hi to Divine Cook and Tyrone Spencer as well. Okay, so y'all, we're gonna keep it moving. You know, this is our last show for 2018, so we figured we would go through and review some of the highlights of 2018 from the Swerve standpoint. Okay, I got that. One of them wouldn't show up, but we got some others. Here are some covers. Some of our covers from this year. There we go. Oh, that was with Darnell Moore.
Moore.
That was one of my favorite
Fashionista.
stories.
He is
Yeah.
so amazing.
His name should start out with The Fine.
And shout out to Darnell. That was a great book as well. Can you show us another image? What else do we have? Oh, Mustang.
Yes, that was a
That
wonderful.
was very popular.
That
for
was-
some
I
reason.
can imagine it was.
Oh, what, that cover? I mean, that magazine?
Yeah,
It was very powerful.
Yeah.
and it's interesting because we really we're going to do it as a shoot, just like a typical bathing, swimsuit shoot. But once we delved more into his story, and he talked about the dilemma he was having trying to just be a person, as a former adult film star. And so he's a sweetheart too. So shout out
A
to
wonderful
Mustang.
person.
Really great guy.
Yeah. And we got to do something else with you. Then we did the big and
Yes.
bold. That was your idea.
Oh God, I had fought for this cover so
Tribute-
bad.
tribute
Oh, y'all
to
are
And I'm
Plus-
glad you did. You did.
I
an
fought for
excellent
this, and I was
job.
so happy to see this come to life.
Triple to the plus size.
Yes, the
Long
whole issue.
overdue.
The whole issue was big and bold.
Long
Yes.
overdue.
Yeah.
That's
And it almost should be an annual, but that's just my point.
An annual?
Oh,
Okay.
that might be
We can
cool.
always replace, what is it, the S Racine page. We can replace that.
If it's replaced, someone else will.
Baby, they are in the studio planting whole trees.
So look, the shade of it
The
all.
shade of it all.
I know you've been edging me out.
We can make that. And then, of course, we had
This-
the legendary Derek Rutledge.
That was the most beautiful cover.
That was amazing.
Derek's story, he was so tickled behind the whole thing.
I will.
I
This
understand.
was my actually on the show and in the magazine. This magazine cover will probably go down in history as my second favorite. My all-time favorite in the whole history, whole 10 years, was the ballroom cover. That Ray
The
King was
original.
on.
I like that.
That
The
was
original.
my all-time favorite, and it was
The second
I
one
think
was
Racine
fabulous.
was on that
Yeah,
cover.
she was.
Yeah.
She was. But that cover was so important to me for so many reasons, personal reasons, and this one is major for me for personal reasons too. Derek Rutledge, I have looked up to this man forever. Before I even met him, I knew
Sure.
his name. So to be able to work with him on this issue to help tell his story. And it was a memorable moment here on the Swerve Show because he had not seen the cover until he showed up here.
But he hadn't seen the physical magazine.
Yeah, he
till
hadn't seen
showed
the
up here.
physical
Right,
magazine.
right,
And
yeah.
to literally, if you go back and watch that episode,
Yeah, he was.
to watch his face
Yeah, he was
like
so-
a kid
he was
in a candy
astounded.
store.
Giddy. Yeah.
And it was to sit next to my one of the persons I consider to be a mentor in makeup, and to be a part of that and a moment for him. That goes down as my second favorite issue for the entire 10 years that I've been working
Well,
with
he
Swerve.
deserves it. What's interesting is Derek is that sort of behind the scene person for a number of reasons, and it's nice to see his story come front
the
and center.
front.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So
He's
shout out to you,
amazing.
Derek.
He's
I
one
hope
of
you're
the-
watching.
One of those what you call gentle giants.
Oh, he is.
And it's just the beginning. We're going to hear a lot more from
Yeah,
Derek.
definitely.
So we love you, Derek. Anyway, so let's just talk about some highlights for the year in general. One for me. I just ran down a list of some stuff. But y'all jump in.
What is
Number
that?
one on the list.
That is the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl, y'all. Hello.
They did?
Yeah,
Yes,
that
yes,
was-
they
Did
did.
the Super Bowl already happen?
That
No,
was
no.
last February. I know. You
Well, why are we talking about it in December?
I was
Because
it was 2018.
Why?
really big
Why?
deal.
Because
That's right.
Because it was our
And
first Super Bowl.
I wonder, is that your favorite team?
Football. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. He's
All
a
right,
Philly.
then say
We're from
that.
Wilmington,
Say
Delaware.
that.
Joe.
Say that.
You should watch
Are
it.
they going again?
Perhaps.
They never won. They never.
we never won a Super Bowl before.
They
that was
never
the first
won
one.
a Super Bowl.
In the modern era.
In the modern, right?
Yeah.
Right, modern Super Bowl.
Child, him, Jamil, and my mother go back and forth.
Y'all non-football fans, you know it's sacrilege not to
It's
watch
okay.
football in America.
I'll be sacrilegious.
Y'all watch enough of it.
I'll sack.
You'll watch football. We'll watch porn.
Okay, ooh, we can watch both.
Someone has to do it.
and that's a form of porn too. But anyway, that's another thing.
It is.
So we had the midterm elections, of course. Go Eagles! Hey Derek, go Eagles! And y'all, there was some phenomenal races. The Stacey Abrams race, which they stole from us.
Yeah.
Andrew
They all
Gillum
stole
race.
from me.
They stole that one.
They
too.
stole-
Ben Jealous,
Oh,
and actually, in a way, there was some issues with Ben Jealous's election as well. Voting booths not having
Oh, they
all
pulled
the working
they
machines.
pulled out the stops.
Right. But at least one caveat: the Democrats won the House,
Thank God.
and that's
Yes.
going to kick in January. So
Amen.
go Nancy Pelosi. Okay. So
Yeah,
another one.
and Maxine
Maxine
Waters.
Maxine
Waters.
Waters. Woo, that's right.
Get
Tax
ready.
returns.
I think
Bless the Lord.
I'm going to be tuned into her committee on
Oh,
C-SPAN.
baby, yes.
And she's making history with that also.
Public
Yes, she is.
hearings.
Well, she's the first female
African-
and
African
American to
American
the chair.
Woo,
Yeah.
with power.
And
I said
earned
all the
it.
hearings are going
And
to be
earned
public
it.
On
hearings.
C-SPAN. Right.
Oh, they gonna all be public?
They're going to
Public
C-SPAN.
hearings.
Because the committee chair gets to decide that.
Oh, baby, when you talk about reality TV, I'm here for
I'm
it.
here for it.
I got to have the popcorn ready.
Oh, I'm so here for it.
Anyway, all right. So the other is the Black Panther film, and I know we talked about it, but hey, y'all, that was a momentous
epic.
moment.
Yeah,
that was,
that was epic.
It was epic.
phenomenal.
It was iconic. It was a moment.
But look how powerful that image is.
baby, that image
Well,
is everything.
it was a financial breakthrough also.
It was.
But we hope that it'll be pivotal for the other studios to say, hey, well, we got to get our copycat thing happening.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but they're doing it on television. That Black Lightning and then Luke Cage,
and
but
they
just
just
got
canceled
canceled.
Luke
Yeah.
Cage.
Luke
I'm
Cage got
devastated.
canceled?
Yes, I'm
Did
devastated.
it?
But you know what's interesting
Iron
about
Fist, Luke Cage.
what's interesting
Yeah.
about Panther? Where are the toys for
Wait,
a
wait, wait,
film
wait,
that's
wait.
so successful?
Rewind.
Where's the merchandise and the toys?
So Black
See,
Lightning.
that's what I'm saying.
So Black Lightning is still happening.
Well, I
For
haven't seen it.
now.
It was-
Because you know there was a big scandal with the
Black
producer, the guy who is he was the co-writer for Love Is on OWN Network.
Okay.
They canceled Love Is, by the way, which was devastating for me.
It was cute.
No, that
Heartbreaking.
show
That
was
was
amazing.
excellent.
And they
Excellent.
had announced it as a they announced that they renewed the contract, and then there was a big scandal that came out because it was based off of the
husband and wife
team. He in real life was the producer of Love Is, but he was also one of the, if not a producer or
On Black
a
Lightning?
director for Black Lightning.
Okay.
So it was a young girl that a girl who said that she was his mistress for X amount of years,
Ooh.
and that he stole the concept for Love Is from her, and she said she was a writer.
But it's about him and his wife, isn't
right,
it?
but that's the reason why OWN paid out everybody their contracts
Wow.
and canceled the show.
Oh, okay.
So and
Devastating.
And so she sued OWN, she sued him, and
I know Oprah was pissed.
Wow.
and so I think that
Are they still married?
But it was yeah, they're still
Because they've
married.
written a lot of stuff
Yeah,
together.
they're still married, but I think that Black Lightning, his position for Black Lightning was up in the air, or the show was up
Okay,
in the air.
all right.
One of the two. That's why I was.
But anyway, okay, all right.
Well,
so
let's
hats
see what
off
happens.
to Panther. I'm curious to see what happens.
Are they
Yeah,
working on a
they're-
part two? Because didn't he?
They're supposed to do
what?
Yeah, they're gonna-
multiples.
they're
but
but
didn't they
keep it
kill him
going.
off in the other movie?
And which one?
yeah, but they killed off a lot of other people.
Infinity
Yeah,
War.
but they can rewrite it where he comes back.
They can bring it back.
But it killed
you
off
know.
a lot of
It's always-
people.
Yeah.
They killed a lot of people off in the
You gotta understand,
Infinity
this
War.
is
It's a
sci-fi.
comic book.
But you know
They
what?
can
He
do
has
whatever
the
you wanna
power
do.
to shift the time zone, so they
Yeah.
can bring it back. 'Cause
I was
remember they
over
killed
it.
him, and he brought himself back with the power.
I
of
was
the
so
time
over it.
stone.
When it was over, I was
They're going to
mad.
come back. Trust.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all of those
believe.
because they killed all the superheroes. But you know what's interesting though is they seem like the studios tried to downplay Panther for some
They
reason.
did.
Because like they rushed out that other film and said this is going to be the biggest one
Oh,
ever.
Oh, you talking about the Infinity War?
The Infinity
Yeah.
War. They just
Which
rushed
was a hot
that
mess.
out.
It was still a hot mess.
But
It was
Black
a hot mess.
Panther was still
Did
huge.
Infinity
Still
War
trending.
did it
It did
top
very
Black
well.
Panther?
It
No.
did, but not.
It did well. It did well.
Did it?
But it
Remember
had all the characters in it.
It did have all that. They had to pull out the shebang.
Yeah.
But I went and
See,
saw
but
it, and it was
but there's
whack.
a problem when you do movies like that, where you put all of your eggs in one basket like that.
Yeah.
You know, because then it's like, okay,
then kill 'em all.
Now what you gonna do?
Right.
It was
You
a hot
know?
mess.
I'm
I was drained.
I'm just putting these superhero movies in the same basket as sports. I'm over it.
I live for.
I don't really get in.
Panther is beyond.
X-Men.
It's,
I'm
it's
just-
beyond
I'm
a
there.
superhero movie.
It's-
You know,
Now,
that's
Black
a-
Panther, I loved. I did. Now that was an event.
Right.
But
Yeah.
like the Infinity Wars, I was like, oh my God, was too much going on.
It was too much.
Yeah.
And it was just stupid.
It was stupid.
And why
Well,
did
and
you
long.
I mean, they had so many opportunities to kill that man.
Dumb.
Yeah.
I
But
just
see, with
didn't
Black
get it.
Panther, you had the
didn't get
concept
it.
of Wakanda as being a nation that wasn't colonized
Right.
Right.
all the way to the future.
Right.
Right.
So, if anything, they put that consciousness or fed into that
And people's
in us,
and yeah.
you
and
know,
now-
and in Native Africans in the motherland.
Right.
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 So
right.
they're hyped. They're like, yo, you know, that's what
but
we
you
doing.
know, they can't have the rise up of the blacks.
But
They
the thing
can't
is, they
have-
made so much money. Everybody's happy. I know they're
I
gonna make
think
several.
I think this Black Panther did for Black America. For us, it was
For
so
the
amazing. For in general, what Pose did for the LGBT community.
You're probably
And
right.
so I agree with that.
So
I
we
agree
have-
with that.
we have two
That's
people-
what made it so groundbreaking.
I can agree with that.
We have two people. Troy L. Patterson
What'd he
said
say?
Black Panther was the highest grossing this year above Infinity
Oh, it
Wars.
was above Infinity Wars. Thank
Wilstein
you,
also
Troy.
posted Black Panther is the #1 grossing movie of the entire series.
Well, you know, I'm
Wonderful.
curious to see if it's represented, if it's reflected in the Oscars and the
I think
Golden
it got
Globes.
nomination. I think it got nomination.
But didn't what was it? Which retail chain just had some controversy about? They had a white modeling a Black Panther T-shirt. What was that? Y'all didn't hear that?
Well,
And then people, it was a big uprising about it.
Oh,
I
what,
didn't
Black
do
folks
that.
wear Superman? What?
I didn't understand the uprising. I was wondering.
I didn't either.
And then they had to take it down. They apologized. I was like,
Really?
yeah.
I
This
don't-
guy was like,
I
oh,
don't-
wait.
don't get it twisted, you know, because Black Panther is owned by Disney.
Exactly.
Okay,
Right, yeah. So what's the big deal?
So yeah, I mean they hired black folks to play those
if
roles.
little white boys in
Oh.
Idaho want to be Black Panther, then I think that speaks volumes.
works for me.
I mean, it wouldn't have worked if they hired
Nathaniel
Brad
J
Pitt to
said it was
play the
Forever
Black
21.
Panther.
Thank you. I knew it was. I knew I saw that.
It was
And-
what, Forever 21?
Forever 21.
Ooh,
They
okay.
forever in the news. And Troy L. Patterson, thank you again, came back and said Black Panther was the 3rd highest grossing
Of all time. Wow.
I knew it was on the all-time list,
Well,
but
yeah,
I
it
thought that
made money.
Infinity Wars
Well,
was supposed to came and
where
knocked
is
it.
the merchandise? We should see toys, keychains all over the place. The works.
I ain't seen
Yeah, the
nothing.
clothing.
All I've
Question.
seen is one. The
The
Panther
film is
doll,
called
That's it.
Black Panther, and that's why.
Oh.
Yeah, but the money would be
It's money.
green though.
It's
Yeah,
money.
right.
Like,
But it's sad.
but for Christmas, there was no push around the
I
merchandise.
was really, really shocked.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
just
There
amazing.
was because normally, you know, when you have a movie that come out, they normally come out.
Maybe
roll
we
out.
need to make some ambush and make some Black Panther
We
dolls.
should.
See,
But I think we should.
see,
Why not?
all those properties, they have their own independent teams working on them.
It's
So all that
heartbreaking.
artwork is already done. You know, you just had to recycle it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, it becomes part of a style guide that they sell to. I mean,
Everything.
they
They
to licensors
brand it.
buy a right
Yeah.
to use.
But
it.
at least dolls, the dolls, that's a prime market.
Yeah, I know. One would think you would see Black Panther
only seen-
scarves and
But I've only
hats
seen
and-
the Black Panther. I've never seen like the other characters.
Baby, if had they
The
come out
mother,
with
the
Black
sister.
Panther dolls, I probably would have bought
There's
one.
a black. There's a,
Well,
there's a doll of him.
But I
And
want
they-
the I want
but
the
the-
girls.
the girls too. Yeah,
I
But
slay.
you made a good point though about you don't see the mother. I mean, I saw the movie and I'm a big movie fan. I have to say I
Hey,
love the
Savon.
movie Black Panther, but I will say that I thought the role of the mother and having her name just flew out of my head.
Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett. I thought that was a wasted role.
Because she wasn't.
It
on
was
screen
just a
enough?
wasted role. I mean, they
For
could
the
have really.
first one. Think about it.
They need to develop that role.
She may be run through the
I
whole.
They
hope
might
so.
tell her story.
And
Yeah.
Forrest Whitaker. I mean, it was great. Some great
Right.
performances.
There's a lot of
Sterling
stories
Brown.
there.
There's a lot of stories.
Yeah.
The mother was very.
Well,
I
it's
lived-
potential
I
to
lived.
expand. It's
Yeah.
potential to expand.
All right, so y'all, a couple other items, and we should have some time for y'all to throw in some others. Bill Cosby, y'all, is sentenced to what? 3 years?
Why
jail?
you know, Bill is going to jail.
And
got-
Weinstein
He
is
got
what?
Cohen time.
I'm here for Harvey Weinstein. I
And
want to
don't-
see him.
what's
But
that?
they saying that that's what I'm about to say. They
That's
saying,
what I want.
They
I'm-
saying that
Nah,
he could possibly get off Harvey Weinstein on a
Oh,
technicality.
you know he's gonna get off.
He's going to get off. They made
Say that.
For real.
Say that.
I mean,
Complexion for the
They
protection.
gonna make.
And we
baby.
got Bill Cosby.
They already saying that it looks like he's going to get off.
And Harvey Weinstein has what, over 200 accusers?
Over 200.
What about the other guy? The guy he's friends with Trump. He's a billionaire in
That's
Florida.
heartbreaking.
He molested these young
that
girls. The district attorney decided not to press the heavy charges. They put him in this glamorous hotel jail for 3 months, and changed all the terms. And he got home release. He's out.
Yeah.
And they got all this proof.
Oh,
and
well, they're going to,
evidence.
of
Well,
course, they're
money,
going to
baby.
change the laws.
That's money.
Unfortunately, I do believe that Bill Cosby has not been a good person, in some of these cases.
And he ain't the only one of them, right?
But that's my whole point. I mean, I hate to make everything a balancing scale of, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, but you just didn't do it. I mean, I don't understand why Bill Cosby they're going to make this man the face
He is.
of the
Ain't that
of the
something?
Me Too movement. He's going to be the face, and his whole legacy, and not just his legacy, the legacy of all these people has really been destroyed because they've completely wiped that show off.
Oh yeah.
out of the history
Even though
books.
it's still on. It's still on
Thank
syndication.
God.
It's on
Yeah.
TV One.
I hope it stays.
They ran
there.
a marathon
And all those people
yesterday.
they should be entitled to the residual checks.
Yeah.
And I think it's unfortunate that when that happened, it happened that way.
Because you have so many people. I mean, let's just think of a couple. We could think of a couple of actors right now that whatever happened to Charlie Sheen and all these people. He run around still on drugs.
Well,
and
what's
And
the
what's his
one-
name who married his daughter?
Woody Allen.
Woody Allen.
Woody Allen. These people, I just don't understand.
Charlie Rose, he ain't in jail. Who else?
Where's the whole lot?
Matt, what's his name from NBC?
Lauer.
He
Matt
ain't
Lauer.
in jail.
The CEO.
That's the whole
They
lot.
need
Yes.
to- I mean,
He's
so
not in jail either.
I guess my point is, if you're going to throw him in jail, I want to see some other people get thrown.
Somebody need to go.
I want
jail,
equal
too.
justice.
And if
That's
Harvey
all. I want
Weinstein
equal
don't go to jail, and if President Trump don't go to jail for grabbing women by their genitalia and bragging about it, then I
Right.
think we have a
Can
problem.
you believe we elected him after
Well,
we had to take?
No, yeah, I can't believe it. And I can't believe they elected him afterwards. And like I saw on 60 Minutes, I can't remember his name, the guy who always rhymes. What is his name? Names are flying out of my head.
The black guy?
Yes. Names are
About
flying out of
Michael Dyson.
him.
Oh, Michael.
He was
Dyson.
on and Megan McCain, who I just absolutely detest.
Join the
I
club.
do.
Was it Roland? Wasn't Roland then?
No, it was Michael.
Okay.
She asked him, she was saying, he was talking about Trump, and she was saying, why he couldn't believe it. She said, but 10%, 11, she said, but Trump got more of the black vote than my father. And it's always about her and her father. And more than this person. And he explained, he said, that's because there's a lot of anti-womanness in black people also. He said,
that's true. That's
he said,
true.
but here's the question. You're asking me why more black people voted for Trump. I'm going to ask you, why did more white women vote for Trump?
That's the
at
question.
52%, and she was sat there gobsmacked like, oh,
Yeah,
did you just call me out?
Yeah.
Because that's the question.
And then he told her, and the reason why, he said, and he made a really strong point. He said, black people are fundamentally conservative.
Right,
He said
right.
they are fundamentally
That's
conservative. These are the people who do not agree with gay marriage. These are the people.
Our
He said,
community
but
is
the reason
very
why,
scary,
but the
right.
reason why they will never be a part of the Republican Party is because you're a bunch of racists.
Yeah, you're racist, right? And
You're a bunch of racists.
Vote,
And
right.
he said, and no, black people are not racist. They are bigots, but they're not racist.
Yeah.
And there's a
Right.
difference between bigotry
I
and
agree.
racism.
You're so right.
Well, this is what I say. I don't understand why people are really
Hey,
shocked
Andrew.
by all the
Hey,
things,
Andrew.
all the things
Happy
that,
belated birthday, Andrew.
that Trump is doing. Because, in the words of Maya Angelou and with an addendum by Oprah Winfrey, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Believe them when they can believe them before
The
they
first time.
believe before they tell you, because you can see it coming.
So the Central Park Five should have told you before we
Well,
even got
of
started.
course, we knew
But
that.
see, that's New York. We know that. We know who Trump is.
Yeah, how do you
up
lose?
there.
How do you lose New York, your
It's
home
like-
state?
Thank you, Antonio.
It's every other place. They didn't know.
Right.
You know, they're looking at the TV show and they're looking at that.
No,
and-
you know, I
Well,
think
they about to
know.
find
I
out
think-
now, yo.
I think they did know who he was. I think
Oh, no,
these
they
people
do.
knew who he was,
They
and
wanted-
they saw this as an
Opportunity
opportunity
Sure.
to get
back to
get the
things that
Republicans.
they.
Now,
Well,
when I say they didn't know that this guy is the ultimate privilege.
Oh no
person
no.
in New
They
York.
knew.
He's
Oh,
on the
they knew.
highest level of privilege. He
Oh,
gets
they
away
knew.
with everything.
They knew, and in fact, they fought him. But then when they
But-
realized that this fool had a whole following, that he uprose, like a whole bunch of underlying racists rose up to come out and vote for him. They was like, okay, well, we're going to do what we have to do because, and I say this all the time, it was the great blacklash. It was because Barack
course,
Obama
of
was in
course,
office
of course.
and he did a good job.
Well-
And they said, come hell or high water, they was going to do everything
Well,
to
it was
fight
a
that
double
man.
whammy because it was also a vote against the wicked witch of the West, which is Hillary Clinton.
Hillary
A lot of
Clinton.
people didn't like the Clintons,
Right.
and so
Well, the Democrats
it was-
screwed themselves and put
Yeah,
We did,
They
but-
should have put Bernie in office.
but
Well, not Bernie
I mean,
either. 'Cause
people
a lot,
didn't like
Bernie
her.
Sanders, and Bernie Sanders is no saint either, and a lot of stuff is coming out about him too. But like my mother said,
None of them are
my mother
saints.
said, I knew Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders ain't never ever. All of a sudden, you so pro-black. Bernie Sanders was never that person. He just became that person.
was
A lot
there
of
an
stuff
image
is-
where they threw his image in there with King at Selma?
Exactamundo.
All right.
They
Exactamundo.
photoshopped it.
So we got just a couple others. The death of Aretha Franklin, and there was a couple other people that died, but this was the loss of the Queen of Soul.
That's
y'all.
the loss of the century.
Right, it was.
That was.
And you know what? It's so funny, you know, that she's passed, and you can go back and see clips. I have a cousin who listens to the show, who's a musician, and he plays for like the Clock Sisters.
Hey,
and
Adam.
lives in Detroit. And he always said, even when her voice got a little bit weathered, he said it's not her hitting notes. It's the technique that she has that nobody can really reproduce.
Sure,
He
right.
said there are people who copy it, and he named like Karen Clark Sheard, all these people. He said you might not realize he said Karen Clark Sheard copies her to the right down to the
Really?
letter. Yeah, he said if you listen to her, and then I went and looked it up. She admits it. She said that, and that's the reason why she was so verklempt on the show because
Not
at the funeral because she was saying she said her mother worked with Aretha Franklin,
Oh,
and that
wow.
was the person who she really patterned. There's so many singers that it's
Right.
on YouTube. There's this long video of all the singers who have admitted.
Oh, wow.
Shaka Khan was
Well,
one
all
of
of
them.
them.
Yeah.
Karen
Many
Clark
of them.
Sheard.
I mean-
and these are people. But the point is, he was saying it was her technique that she never lost and that could never be duplicated. And there's a video where she's singing. I can't remember the song. I Love to Love on. She's singing it for the Clintons at their inauguration, and she comes out with a long fur coat.
Oh,
on.
that red fur that she dragged.
Yes.
She dragged.
Yes,
The people from Peter were pissed at her.
I mean, you sit there and listen to her. She absolutely is breathtaking. What this woman
Yeah.
could do with her voice, it was breathtaking.
yeah.
So it's a huge musical loss.
There is
she
a
is.
wonderful documentary that VH1 did, the 100 Greatest Women in Music. And they were talking to so many amazing artists. And Marianne Faithfull is sitting there, and she has a cigarette. She's smoking the cigarette, and she blows it out and says, "If you want to know something, the voice of God lives in Aretha Franklin." and I just screamed. And I just said, how profound is that?
Yeah, we're gonna miss her. And
Janet-
the tribute should just keep rolling. The tribute
And,
Yeah.
should just
and
They will.
Janis Joplin was once quoted as saying, they said that she heard Aretha Franklin singing and she broke out crying. And they asked her, Clive Davis, this was before Clive Davis was working with Aretha Franklin, asked her, what's wrong? And she said, I'll never be able to sing like that woman. I mean,
Well, yeah.
you'll never be able to sing
Yeah,
like
welcome
that.
to the club.
Right.
That's what-
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot
And
of people.
speaking
that
of
comes in
greats, oh my God, here it is, the 8-year anniversary of the death of the wonderful Tina Marie. Speaking of another
Oh, okay.
artist.
Tina Marie.
Really?
Yes,
She's
this
been
is
8 years?
Was it 8
8
years?
years today.
Yeah, she was great too. She was
And
great.
it's the 30th anniversary of Sylvester's death.
Yeah.
Also.
Last week we talked.
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
We love Sylvester.
And
So we got 2 more minutes. 1 more minute. Anything else? So you had Crown of the Week. You wanted
Crown
to
of
give
the
to
Week,
Simone
Simone
Biles.
Biles.
She's phenomenal.
Yes,
She is.
broke records. She is the first.
Well, she's won the most world titles
Titles.
at 13 world titles. She's
And how old is
the
she
reigning
now?
Olympic champion. I think she's like 24 maybe.
Wow.
And she's going to compete in the next Olympics. She's just setting the bar.
Yeah,
she's
she
just
is.
raised the bar on gymnastics.
Wow.
I do want to say
You better be careful if they don't start changing the rules.
Well, she's only got 1 more Olympics. I mean, that sport,
know.
you come in, you start so young, you transition out.
So you must didn't see this link because I sent it to you and I because I told Racine
So we
about
got
it.
1 more minute. We got
Right,
1
and I
minute.
said that he's going to see this, he's going to fall in love with. There's a young ball.
Oh, the girl from Howard.
I know. I don't want to mispronounce. Anok. Last name Ayai. She's the first black model to walk for Prada in decades, and she was
They
discovered.
killed me with that. I know. She was discovered at Howard's homecoming.
She was discovered at Howard Homecoming, and she is absolutely stunningly
one of-
Do we
beautiful.
have
gotta-
any images of her?
I don't think we
don't
have. She's
the
got a
image.
she's got a contract with Estee Lauder. That's the kicker.
Sweetheart,
What do you mean?
Can you zoom in?
Discovered. They
she's
picked
got
her
a-
out of all the black
No, so
women.
what happened?
that
There
were
was an
walking.
might not be able to
image.
see
This
this.
photographer took an image of her
I
at
don't
Howard,
zoom
right?
into my phone.
It
just
went
don't
viral.
I don't
The
understand.
agencies called her.
Okay.
She said, and they started booking her. She
That's
said,
her right there.
weeks
And
later,
this is the image they
like months
bought.
later, she was doing an Estee Lauder commercial.
That's her. This picture was the picture that they captured and put it on Instagram, and
It went viral.
And it went viral, and she wound up getting a modeling contract,
And the agencies were calling
and
her.
she
right.
wound up on the cover. I think it was of Elle magazine.
Wow.
Did she do a cover
Well, good
of
for
Elle?
She did a
her.
cover for Elle.
She's beautiful.
Good for her.
She's
Stunning.
she's in, I know her big campaign is that Estee Lauder campaign. She wasn't even a
Adam
student.
will cover that.
She was not a student at Howard.
We will cover
No.
Good
She
for her
was just
because
there
you know
on
what?
homecoming, hanging
First
out.
of all, I don't understand why that people are still just now having the first
Ain't
black
that
model.
amazing?
Yeah.
And secondly, I'm glad to see people being discovered instead of people buying their way into the modeling business because I'm sick of these
Say it.
Hadids and these Jenners and
Well-
what have you. I'm just sick of them. Get some.
Well, that's because mommy was a model. and
Well,
she
all these
No, no,
people,
no.
it's not just them. It's this
No.
new
The
thing.
mother was a hustler.
The mother's
she was beautiful. The mother's
Well,
beautiful.
you have Cindy Crawford saying if she started today, she would not make it in the business. Yeah, she said she would
But
not.
her daughter is making it in the
Well, her daughter, her mother bought her way
her
in.
daughter just
She's
like-
another one.
But actually, her daughter's a good model.
Well,
Actually.
she is, but Cindy
Chris
Crawford.
Jenner, God bless her. She
But
went
Cindy
to the
Crawford was
school of
saying
Zsa
she would have had
Gabor.
to work. They would not have got it because she worked to get where she was,
did,
and
she
it's not
did.
the same anymore.
Well, they put Cindy in the business because she looked like
Hey,
the girl
Anna
from Philly.
Cocktail.
She looked like Gia.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
why that's why they were booking her.
Exactly.
But that happens all the time.
Oh,
all right. We got. I think we.
I know
But
we
I guess
We're gonna wrap it up. We
Adam,
gotta wrap it
Adam,
up,
I
yo.
promise you roll
just
in
said that.
next
discussion.
week. We're gonna talk about the guy who was forced to cut his locks.
Let's
We're
give
gonna
it a
talk
week.
about-
Let's give it a week and see if there's any charges or suits with that case. Okay?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
interested. We're gonna talk about that.
All right,
But it's
y'all.
been a great
You get paid per
show.
lock.
Peace and blessings
That's
to
right.
everyone in the
Cocktails.
new year. Be
Yeah, we're
safe,
here
be
next
blessed.
week. We're going to kick off 2019, I'm sorry, on January 2nd. So bye, y'all.
All right, see ya.
Follow us. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Happy New Year to you.
New Year.
All right.
DC's #1 recording studio. Oh.